Hi there. Thanks for joining me today. My name is Amy Warnock, and I'm an Environmental Quality and Education Manager here at Fulton County Public Works. And today I'm here to talk to you about our blue planet, our home, the Earth. Now we'll start by taking a look at this globe here. The globe is a map of the Earth, and this one shows you what the Earth might look like from out in space. The blue planet, or blue marble, is a nickname that we sometimes use for the Earth. And if you look at this globe, you can tell why. There's more blue on our globe than anything else. Why do you think that is? What does the blue on the globe represent? The blue color on our globe here represents all the parts of Earth that are covered in water. Where you see green and brown on the globe, that's where you would find land. And all these white swirls are just here to represent the clouds that would be in the atmosphere above the Earth. So where are we right now? Well, I'm in Fulton County, Georgia, which is in the United States, right here. So not that far from the Atlantic Ocean or the Gulf of Mexico. Now let's try an activity here. If you have your piece of paper and a pen or pencil or marker, go ahead and get those ready. If you need to pause the video and run get them, you can do that now. Once you have your paper ready to go, I want you to take your pen or pencil and draw a line right down the middle of your paper. Just like this. On one side of your paper, I want you to write water, or you can draw yourself a water drop. And on the other side, that's going to be for our land. So I want you to write the word land, or you can draw yourself a little tree to symbolize what grows on the land. And here we go. We are ready to go. So we're going to do an activity with our globe here. I'm going to spin the globe in front of the camera. And what I want you to do is to hold your finger up to the screen just like this, so you're pointing at the globe while I spin. Now you can point your finger anywhere you want to on the screen, but make sure that you hold it still. And then when I stop the globe, we're gonna see if you are pointing at water or at land. Ready? So I'm gonna spin, hold your finger up to the screen, and stop. If you're pointing at water, which I think probably a lot of you are, we're going to mark that on the water side of our paper. And if you're pointing at land, we're going to mark that on the land side. Now you can use whichever kind of mark you want. You can do tally marks, you can do X's, you can do check marks. We just want to be able to keep track of our numbers. So mark that down. And what we're going to do now is we're going to do this several more times. And I'm going to go a little bit faster, but if at any point you need to catch up, just hit pause on your video. Okay, get ready. Here we go. Spin, point, and stop. Now mark your paper for water or land. Don't let those white clouds trip you up. Just see which one your finger is the closest to. Is it closer to blue or is it closer to green or brown? So go ahead and mark that down. And here we go again. Spin and stop. Mark down on your paper, water or land. Spin and stop. Go ahead and mark it down. Spin and stop. mark it down, spin, 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 and stop. Mark that down, and spin, and stop. Okay, whew, I don't know about you, but I'm a little dizzy from all those trips around the globe. So what I want you to do now is to take a look at your paper and all the marks that you made on it and count up how many you have underwater and how many you have under land. Now, it's going to be different a little bit for everybody depending on where you were pointing on the screen each time we stopped. But there's a good chance that you have more marks underwater than under land. And there's a reason for that. 71% of the surface of our Earth, that's almost 3/4, is covered in water. That's pretty remarkable, right? Seems like great news too, because most of our bodies are also made up of water. Every living thing on our planet Earth has to have water to survive. So it's really good news that there's so much of it, isn't there? But there is a catch. Most of Earth's water is in the oceans. And oceans, if you don't know, are salty, super salty. And that's not the kind of water that we need to be able to drink and do things with. We need fresh water. So where on the Earth do we find fresh water? Well, most of our Earth's fresh water is locked up in ice. It's in the Arctic and the Antarctic at the North and South poles. It's frozen. The water that we can use, which is things like rivers and lakes and underground aquifers, is actually a very tiny amount of the water that's on our Earth. So that's why it's extremely important for all of us to make sure that we're not wasting what we have. Can you think of some ways to conserve water? Conserve means to only use what we need and to make sure we're not wasting it. Take a minute to think about it, and then I'll give you some suggestions. Did you come up with any of those ideas on your own? Did you think of any others that I didn't mention? Try to take a few minutes today to talk to your family about ways that you can conserve water at home. Thank you so much for joining me today to learn about our blue planet. And remember to conserve water because every drop counts.